Well, howdy, folks. John Wolf here again. We're going to continue with part two on the 3 cent trine, silver trine. All right, um, let's just get right into it. In addition to the striking pattern coins in 1849, officials at the Philadelphia Mint continued to experiment with 3 cent silvers. The matter was caught up in ongoing conflict between um, Mint chief coiner Franklin Peel and the chief engraver James B. Longacre. Each prepared a design, uh, and Peel produced the coin depicting a Liberty cap based on a design prepared by Longacre's late predecessor, Christian Gobert, in 1836. Longacre prepared a design similar to the coin that was eventually released. And on March 2nd, 1851, the day before the legislation was passed, Longacre, with the reluctant permission of Patterson, a Peel ally, sent Treasury Secretary Thomas Corwin samples of his proposed 3 cent piece, along with a letter explaining the symbology. Patterson preferred Peel's design, but recommended Longacre's for approval on the grounds that it was a lower relief. Patterson, writing to Corwin on March 7th, indicated that if the 3 cent silver was struck in 90% silver, it would be hoarded, but as the silver in the 0.75 pieces, or 75%, was worth only 2.5 cents, the mint would profit via sangarage from coining the new pieces. Patterson also suggested New Orleans Mint could be used to strike the new coin. Despite provisions in the Mint Act of 1837 entrusting Longacre, by virtue of his office, with the responsibility for preparing dies, Peel prepared his own and ran off some samples of the 3 cent pieces. Both types of pattern coins were sent by Patterson to Corwin in March 25th, 1851. The Mint director's recommendation that the chief engraver's design be selected. The next day, acting Treasury Secretary William L. Hogue approved Longacre's design. Knowing that there was a large demand for the new coins, Patterson thought it'd be best to build a stock of 500,000 before beginning distribution. A design of them. Art historian Cornelius Velrue, in his book on American coins and medals, considered the silver 3 cent piece one of the ugliest coins in the U.S. He didn't see the eagle. Although it has the redeeming feature of delicate workmanship. Dennis Tucker, head of Whitman Publishing, in 2016 described the coin as something of a Sarah, plain and smaller. Congress had required in the authorizing act for the 3 cent silver that the piece bear a design distinct from both the gold dollar and other silver coins. As Longacre wrote in his letter to Corwin in March of March 2nd, 1851. On so small a coin, it is impossible that the device can be at once conspicuous and striking unless it is simple. Complexity would defeat the object. For the reverse, I have therefore chosen a star, one of the heraldic elements of the national crest, bearing on its center the shield of the Union, surrounded by the legal inscription and date. For the reverse, I have devised an ornamental letter C, embracing in its center the Roman numeral 3, the whole encircled by 13 stars. Longacre's original design for the reverse Type 1 was altered when the fineness of the coin was increased in 1854 to aid the public in distinguishing between them for Type 2 and 3, the reverses of which the piece was added, the symbol of peace was added, an olive sprig, the symbol of peace was added over the Roman numeral 3, and a bundle of arrows, a symbol of war below it. The arrows are bound by a ribbon. Alright, now we go in production areas. Type 1 was between 1851 and 1853. According to the numismatic historian Walter Breen, the new 3-cent coins minted in large quantities went immediately into circulation and stayed there. Despite mechanical difficulties in striking so small a piece, a total of 5,446,400 were struck at Philadelphia in 1851 and 720,000 at New Orleans. The later would prove the only mintage of the 3-cent pieces outside of Philadelphia. So the 3-cent piece in New Orleans was only minted 1 year, and in 1851. Everything else was minted in Philadelphia. The coins were shipped directly to post offices for use with stamps. Members of the public who wanted pieces were refused them by the mint officials, who advised would-be purchasers to seek them at the Treasury Depository branches. The small size of the coins, which were dubbed fish scales, was disliked as they were easily lost. The mint used them to redeem some of the Spanish silver, but the bulk of those foreign coins remained in circulation. A shopper paying for a small purchase with a gold dollar might receive 15 or so 3-cent pieces and the remainder in badly worn flips, which is the 1 real or half real, and other small silver coins. One of Philadelphia newspapers reported diversely that merchants were reduced to giving ladies full of 3-cent pieces in change for a $5 banknote. Silver coins continued to flow out of the U.S. in 1852, and the 3-cent silver saw its highest mintage of 18,663,500, all from Philadelphia in 1852. The value of these pieces was larger than that of all other silver coins struck by the mints in 1852. The chaotic state of commerce, with no circulating foreign federal coin valued between 3 cents and the gold dollar, was a source of concern. Mint officials and congressmen corresponded in 1852 concerning the reduction in weight of silver coins such as a half dime, half dollar. Congress responded by laws in February 21st, 1853 and March 3rd, 1853. These reduced the weight of all silver coins except for the silver dollar. 3-cent pieces had its weight reduced from zero point 0.8 grams to 0.75 grams, but its fineness was increased to the 90%. Although other reduced weight silver coins were given legal tender limits of $5, that of the 3-cent piece remained at 30 cents. Carruthers theorized Congress, probably realizing that the 3-cent piece was a misfit at best, preferred to leave it with the discordant legal tender value, pursuant to the Congressional Act's mintage of the Type 1 3-cent silver, stopped on March 31st, 1853. These changes to the silver alleviated the problem of small change, as the new lightweight coins remained in circulation and were not hoarded. The shift to the Type 2 in 1854 through 1858, the shift to 90% silver for the 3-cent silver was intended to help drive the Spanish coins out of circulation. Longacre made changes on both sides of the 3-cent silver, engraving a triple line around the star on the reverse and adding an olive branch and a bunch of arrows on the reverse. These parallel changes were made to other silver coins less than $1 to distinguish the new, lighter coins from the old. Since it was more urgent to complete the work on modifications to silver coins such as $half and quarter, Longacre left the 3-cent piece for last and did not complete work on the coin until late 1853. The new Treasury Secretary, James Guthrie, approved changes November 10th. Starting in 1854, small quantities of proof coins were struck and apparently distributed in sets with the other silver coins, beginning in 1858. Mint Director Ross Snowden made the proof sets available to the general public. In 1853, acts that had prohibited the mint from buying silver from the public, since silver dollar was heavily related to its value, little silver was presented for striking into that piece, as the statute did not permit the public to deposit silver and receive it back in the form of subsidiary silver coins. The 3-cent piece through $half. This effectively placed the U.S. on the gold standard. Despite statutes in 1853 and 1854, Snowden had the mint produce large quantities of silver bullion at a fixed price, generally above the market rate, and struck it into coin, since the subsidiary coins were only legal tender to $5 and could not be redeemed for gold. This led to a glut of silver in the commerce. This oversupply, which persisted through 1862, led to lower mintage of silver coins in the mid-1850s, including the 3-cent piece. The largest mintage of the Type 2 3-cent silver was in 1858, when 1,603,700 were struck for circulation. Type 3, and we run out of time. Type 3 was 1859 to 1873. Maybe there'll be a part 3.